Hi everyone, welcome to the very first episode of StudioJake. Now, if you've seen some of my previews, you know what I'm all about, but what exactly is StudioJake? Well, we're a YouTube channel, we're a free web show, and we're going to go above and beyond. We're not just going to stick to the studio. No, I'm taking you everywhere. We're going to go to the outdoors, to the movies, to our local bookstores and libraries, to events. Oh yeah, I'm taking you all over the place. And you know what? I'm not bogging myself down to just one topic. No, I'm going to cover films, entertainment, pop culture, music, faith, family, and a whole lot more. Oh yeah, we're going to cover all kinds of stuff so that I can give you, my viewers, some very special and interesting and entertaining topics. We're going to go everywhere. Now, this is my first episode, so bear with me. It's going to be a little rough. This isn't going to be my permanent studio, obviously, but this is where we're going to start, and we're just going to have a good time. So be patient with me as we develop, as we learn new things, kind of a trial as you go and whatnot. So we're going to have a good time, and check out, and welcome to the very first episode of StudioJake. Hi and welcome back. So, what's been in the news lately? Well, there's been a lot of buzz about Meryl Streep's Golden Globe speech. Now, I'm not one of these people who are going to go on and say, oh, Meryl Streep, she's such an overrated actress, or she's so lame, or she's a has-been. No, I actually think Meryl Streep is a very phenomenal actress, covering, all kinds of movies of different genres. I mean, it's complicated, great comedy. Devil Wears Prada, I actually didn't like that movie, but I enjoyed her performance. She's a really good actress. And I think it's unfair for people to say, oh, because her speech was so lame, that she's a bad actress. Not true. But about the speech, get over it. Look, I'm a conservative. I didn't vote for Trump either. He's not a conservative. I mean, I know you have his girlfriend Sean Hannity and his bae Tommy Lauren, and they're trying to make it out, oh, like he's this big conservative. Donald Trump is not conservative. And right now he's trying to play to the Republican base with all the stuff he's doing, but I guarantee you, probably by the end of his first term, the real liberal Donald Trump will start to appear. But come on, Hollywood. Seriously, you're still making those crappy videos where you're all crying and moaning and you're singing songs. And what's funny is, I think about her speech is, she starts complaining about Trump mocking a disabled reporter, and which was wrong. Trump should not have done that. Very ridiculous, very, very stupid of him. But she did a standing ovation when Roman Polanski won an Oscar. She gave him a standing ovation. Roman Polanski is a pedophile. He is a rapist, a convicted rapist. He had to flee the country to get away from prosecution. So I think it's a little hypocritical of her to be bashing Donald Trump for that when she herself has shown support for guys who are just terrible, awful people. And I know that Roman Polanski has these apologists like Whoopi Goldberg. It's not rape. Of course it's rape. Whenever you drug and give a girl alcohol and then you force yourself on her, that's called rape. Roman Polanski is a rapist. And a convicted one. And, his only out is that he is a good director. I mean, I saw Ghost Rider, fantastic movie, no one argues that. But come on, seriously? The man's a perv. Let's get past it. And Meryl Streep, you need to tone down your hypocrisy on this. And it's not just Meryl Streep. I mean, Jimmy Fallon, who's a talented comedian and the best Tonight Show host since Johnny Carson and Jay Leno. Forget Jack Paar and Conan O'Brien. Those guys didn't know what they were doing. But Come on, Jimmy. I mean, how about you joke about the fact that Hillary Clinton lost all of the biggest election? And look, I know she got an extra 2 million votes or whatever in Los Angeles, but seriously, she was so corrupt, and you're crying about her losing? Come on, the Clinton Foundation is basically a racket for laundering money for the Clintons and their allies. And you're going on there joking about Putin and whatnot. Don't forget, the Russians gave to Hillary Clinton 20% of a lot of the funding she raised during her campaign. I mean, come on, little hypocritical there. And now they've just made this new video. It had Emma Stone and Matthew McConaughey, and they're singing Gloria Gaynor's "I Will Survive." Do you even know what "I Will Survive" is about? "I Will Survive" is about leaving a bad relationship. It's not about you're forced into this new relationship that's terrible for you. It's about escaping an old one, and you're saying, "I will survive." You're running from it. So are you saying that you're running from the liberals that you support? Is that what you're trying to say? That makes total sense, actually. I mean, and one thing I don't understand, like, you can definitely tell. I think Film Theory pointed this out. It's another YouTube channel that's awesome. Subscribe to it. They do not endorse me or promote me in any way, and I don't, and I'm not, and they're not one of my sponsors. But they did this excellent video about predicting Oscar winners, and they showed how the Golden Globes is actually a very poor predictor. And one of the reasons is it's the foreign press corps, and they highlight the movies that they'd enjoyed, and there's nothing wrong with that. Every press corps can do that. But as far as them being an Oscar predictor, I think the new number, at one time it was really high, but within the last decade or so, they've actually proven that it's they've only predicted 33% of any Oscar winners across the board, across the topics. So I just think, as far as that goes, probably not that decent of a predictor. But I did enjoy Jimmy Fallon's opening video that had all these different people from television and movies and stuff. That was really cool. I did enjoy that about the Golden Globes. But once again, they're not nominating movies that people actually enjoy. I mean, they're picking movies that are critically acclaimed. Obviously, it's the Golden Globes, foreign press corps. So these are ones that those critics enjoy. Their nominations and whatnot. That's very interesting and whatnot, but it's not really what the audience actually enjoyed. I mean, if you look at Rotten Tomatoes on some of these movies, like Suicide Squad, like, the critics gave them really poor reviews, but then you look on the audience side and it's a much higher level. And it's just to show, we're Hollywood, we like this kind of movie, and so this is the kind we're going to give. And it's the same way with the Academy Awards. It's the same way with what's the other big one? The Critics' Choice Awards. I refuse to watch the Critics' Choice Awards. The critics, they don't know what they're talking about. But anyway, that was kind of a rabbit trail. Back to Meryl Streep. I also think it's funny, she wasn't there because she won an award for a performance or for a movie. She won a Lifetime Achievement Award, a participation trophy. And then she gets up there on her high horse. Oh, if it wasn't for us, there'd only be football and MMA. Look, I'm not a huge sports fan, but I do enjoy martial arts, and I like watching mixed martial arts. And you know what? Occasionally I like to watch a football game. You know what? We don't care what you think about football. We don't care what you think about MMA. That is none of your business. If we enjoy it, and you think movies is art, well, heads up. You might say, Meryl Streep, get up on your high horse and say, oh, sports, they're not art. Well, you know what? Making movies isn't a sport. So what? It works both ways. You can't do what Ronda Rousey or Holly Holm can do. You can't do what John Elway used to do. I mean, come on, seriously. We don't care what you think. And you know what? You're not smarter than us because you make millions of dollars filming movies and then complain about rich people and then complain about us over in flyover country. Now, I have to take that back a little bit. I actually don't live in flyover country anymore. I am originally from Texas. I love Texas. You'll see me wearing a lot of... Today I'm wearing a Batman shirt, but you'll see me wearing a lot of Texas shirts. Right now I'm living in sunny SoCal, California, and I love it. It's a great place to hang out. A lot of cool stuff going on. Great place to launch a YouTube channel. So anyway, enough about the Golden Globes. It's kind of ridiculous. So I'm going to move on to another topic, which is near and dear to my heart. It goes with the theme of my shirt, and we're going to cover comic books a little bit. So check this out. So moving on to comic books, here at StudioJake, this is the most deceptive cover I've ever seen. It's the JLA number 9 after the DC Universe reboot, commonly referred to as the DC Rebirth. And the cover is to make it look like the movie Batman vs. Superman had just come out, and it's to make it look like that. However, the issue has absolutely nothing to do with this. Absolutely nothing. Totally ridiculous that this was the cover that they chose. They should have done this on the issue of the ongoing series, The Trinity. That would have made more sense. But seriously, Batman and Superman aren't even big characters in this. It's mainly Green Lantern and Flash are the big deal in that particular issue. So come on. I know you do those variant covers, as you call them, to charge us extra for them. But come on, at least do an honest variant cover. Now, that being said, one thing I would love to point out is All-Star Batman by Scott Snyder. This series is incredible. I highly recommend it. The only thing I don't care for is I'm not a huge fan of the artwork. I think that the series would be better if they got a different artist. Not a fan of John Romita Jr. I think it's kind of choppy, but the writing is incredible. It's a great story. It covers basically Batman and his new sidekick Duke is awesome. At first, I wasn't sure when I heard they were introducing a new one, because it's like, oh, another new protege for Batman. I mean, come on. How many do you have to make? But Duke is an awesome character. He's really well written, and Scott Snyder, he is like the new Neil Adams. Neil Adams, Chuck Dixon, they're my Paul Dini. They're my favorite Batman writers. But Scott Snyder, whew, he is up there, and he does a fantastic job with All-Star Batman. So pick it up, find it. They're on issue. I think this month they're on issue number 5. Definitely check it out. I'm sad he left the main Batman storyline and went to this, but again, I think it's awesome. It's really cool. Check it out. So now we're going to talk about this new series. Now, previously they had done, the IDW and DC Comics had done a Batman Ninja Turtles crossover. And it was really good. It was the mainstream DC Rebirth Batman along with the IDW main Ninja Turtles series. Well, then they decided to shift gears a little bit and bring in Batman the Animated Series and the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series on Nickelodeon. And I have to admit, I was a little disappointed that they went with this new Ninja Turtle series. I honestly don't understand why it's so famous. Really, the early 2000s show, that one was key. But I am glad because they switched it up and made it Batman the Animated Series in between season 3 and 4. So it's Batman still has his classic Batman the Animated Series show, or costume, excuse me. Dick Grayson is still Robin, and Batman is still pretending that he doesn't know that Barbara Gordon is Batgirl. Fantastic, very well written, and like I said, I'm a little disappointed that they used the new Ninja Turtles. Like I said, they could have gone with the old Mirage or with the old Fox Kids show, or excuse me, 4Kids TV, depending on when you got into the series. But I really enjoy it. It's fantastic, and I think you should pick it up. One series I'm a little behind on, excuse me as I get out of frame, at least this isn't live radio, is this is the series I was talking about that would have been better for them to put the Batman v Superman variant on Trinity. I've only read the first issue, but I plan on catching up. I'm a little behind, but it is phenomenal, and it reintroduces the pre-New 52 Superman, what we call the post-crisis Superman. He was, in my opinion, the best Superman. He wasn't too overpowered, and he still had that, you know, truth, justice, and freedom, and if you're old school like me, and the American way. And I'm glad they got rid of that New 52 Superman. That guy was an arrogant Superman, and I'm glad he's dead. Sorry, that is one good thing that Convergence and the Rebirth did, was ending his reign of terror as Superman. You know, I'm sad because I did like the romance between Superman and Wonder Woman. I did think that was pretty cool. But as far as everything else, just not that great. So anyway, that's all I'm going to cover for comic books. Now, this has been my first episode. Like I said, I know I probably seemed a little nervous. I was nervous. Please comment below. Tell me the good things. Tell me the bad things. Give me some pointers. Give me some advice. I really want to grow good at this. This is something that I've had my heart set on for a while, and I'm glad I have the opportunity to do it. And thank you so much. If you hear growling in the background, that's me and my super cute wife's dog. She's probably ready to go outside. But anyway, also stay tuned because I'm going to be doing some vlog episodes, and also have a pretty cool interview coming up with a reporter from Chicago, and that's going to be interesting. That's going to be towards the end of the month. But be sure to stay tuned for my vlog entries. I'm going to do a best of 2016 series. where I'm going to talk about my favorite movies and books and TV shows about 2016, and now that we're moving on to 2017, what my expectations are for this year. Also, be sure to check out my blog. It's very simple. It's www.jacoberey.blog. So jacoberry.blog. You can also follow me on Twitter at RealJacobEry. You can follow me on Instagram, jacoberry.blog. And also find me on Facebook. You can find me as author Jacob Airy. Really, my Facebook I use to promote most of my writing, so you'll see a lot of stuff about my blog, about my news articles I write. I'm a digital reporter for Blasting News, and I cover all kinds of topics on there. So check that out. Also, I'm going to make an appeal to you. Consider supporting me on Patreon. You can find me, very simple, patreon.com/StudioJake. It is because of your generosity that creators and innovators like me, that we're able to do these kinds of things and bring you great content and do all these kinds of stuff where we can talk and you can listen to us blather and we can make fun of ourselves and whatnot. This is something that's, like I said, it's a passion project of mine. StudioJake has been on my heart for a long, long time. So consider supporting me on Patreon. Any gifts would be amazing, and I would really appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe to StudioJake right here on YouTube for your weekly StudioJake episode. And also, like I said, stay tuned for blog episodes blog articles on my blog, and stay tuned for vlog episodes where that's more like it's going to follow my personal life, and I'll have rants and stuff. Don't forget to hit that little bell that's right by the subscribe button. That's a new thing YouTube has. It's kind of annoying, but anyway, check it out. Stay tuned, and don't worry, we're going to have a lot more. I know this episode is probably shorter than what I'll usually do, and some of you are going to probably roll your eyes and think, oh my gosh, he's going to talk longer sometimes. But yeah, like I said, this was just kind of get my feet wet, get my name out there. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. It is because of fans like you that creators like me can do stuff like this. So God bless you, and have a fantastic day.